We now continue with YB's exclusive concert and interview with Charlie Farren and John Butcher.
Hi, I'm Ben. What's
Hey,
the
Ben.
most amount of people you ever had at a concert?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah. I once played, Charlie, I once played an arena for 18,000 people at one time. What about you?
Well, I had a couple of, my band played at the biggest place we played was at the Cotton Bowl, 85,000 people. And then I also sang the national anthem at a Patriots game. So that was a lot of people too. That was, how many people were there, 60, 70,000?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, but it doesn't, you know, it almost feels, it feels surreal. Do you know what that word means? You know that it's happening, but there's so many people that it doesn't even feel like that much.
Plus, when you see big places like that, here's something that you might not know. When you're standing in a big arena and for 18 or 25 or 30,000 people and you play a note, it takes a few seconds for that note to come back to you so you hear it. So you'll play a note like this, and then you hear, and that's really confusing. You'll play a song like that, and all of a sudden, a few seconds later, you hear coming back to you out of time. And all of a sudden, it gets kind of, yeah, you get confused.
Yeah.
So playing for big crowds is a challenge because it's such a big area that the time it takes for the sound to leave my guitar and come back to my ears is about 3 seconds.
Wow.
Kind of weird.
Did your music change your life in any way? If so, how?
Oh, that's a great question.
That's a really good question.
It
These
changed
guys are
my
good.
life in every way you can think of. I got a chance to travel the world and to realize my dreams of being a professional musician and to get the respect of other guitar players that I have high regard for. I got a chance to make records and sell them to people around the world, and I got a chance to meet celebrities and do things I never thought I'd do as a kid. So yeah, it changed my life in every way. What about you?
Well, I think that you summed it up. It shapes your life. You know, I'm a guy who stepped out of the music business for some time, and worked in the business world, and it was very. Most of the people I met in that business world, the corporate environment, were really, really interested in my musical history, and they always wanted anecdotes and stories about what it was like to be on the road. And I found that at least some of them were very curious and thought that it was very cool and neat that I had an opportunity to do that. So I think it changes your world, but it really shapes your world. It shapes the person that you become, and it shapes your experiences.
Let me add something to that. I got a chance to go to a country I never thought I'd see, Russia. And I went to Moscow, and I thought, wow, I couldn't be more far away from home. And I remember going to my hotel at the Moscow airport, and I passed a McDonald's. Only the Golden Arches were in Russian script, their letters, you know, but you could tell it's the Golden Arches. And I thought to myself, no matter where you go in the world, there's things that tie us all together and make us the same. And my experience going to Moscow was life-changing because it makes you realize that we're all alike. No matter where you go, most people are the same. They have the same dreams.
Most people like French fries, is what you're saying.
I think that's what I'm saying.
So over your whole career, what's your favorite song you've ever written?
Ooh.
I know what my favorite song is of yours, Charlie. Old and Young.
Really?
It is.
Are you trying to segue into playing Old and Young? Is that what you're doing?
You think I would do that?
You know what I always say? The answer I always give to
What's
that
that?
question? My favorite song is the one I'm writing right now. Right now.
The newest one.
Let's play Old and Young.
Tell them about
Because we're old and you guys are young. And I always would tell people, before I do this song, I always say, when you're young, when you're you guys' age, time goes slow. You want to get older, You know, you want to feel like you're older. Like I'm 7.5, 9.5. What happens? What happens when you get older, though, is time goes by fast. And people start telling you, you know, you're too old to do that. You can't do that. Or you're too young to do that. You can't do that. But that's not true. This is a song about old and young. You ready? It goes, na 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 na. Ooh, it's crazy now how long we've been waiting for our luck to change, for fortune to smile, too soon to go, too late to leave, always too old or too young. Patience is no longer a virtue. The future's now. It's time to decide the lives we led, divided into always too old or too young. Finally, I have finally arrived. I finally found a new rhythm to roll to, measure by measure, a new kind of groove, divvying up my day. Still dangling, that dream lingers on, but the meter is running. Our heads now clear, let our hearts be our guide. Too new to know, but too wise to worry no more. Too old or too young. Ooh. Na 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 na, yeah. Though this world is constantly changing, there are some true things that last all our lives. The more you grow, the less you know. And you're never too old, never too young, no more too old or too young. Na 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 na. Too old or too young. Na 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 na. Too old or too young. Na 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 na. Big finish. Other two. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
It's been a real pleasure and thrill to come down and meet you guys today and speak with you and play for you. And I hope you guys have terrific. Do you all want to have a career in broadcasting? Is that what you're hoping? Maybe. Or maybe this is just for fun for the summer. But here's what I hope. If you want to have a career in broadcasting, I hope you pursue it. And the most important thing is I hope you have fun this summer doing this.
That's the main thing. As long as it's fun to do, you'll get through the hard parts. You'll get through the sore fingers. You'll get through it.
Is there a particular song that really means something to you? If so, can you play it for us?
What do you think, John?
I'll follow your lead, pal.
What would we do? Let's make sure we're in tune.
Give me a D. Got it. Got it. I'm good.
Is that good? You can cut some of this out, right?
We're good.
Well, this song, once I get in tune, this song was my first hit, my first record on MTV. I'll play some of it for you. A song called Fool in Love.
Got you.
How's my guitar sound? Pretty good? Great, see?
Right.
The guitar's got to sound good for this song, right? I'm just a fool in love. Nobody falls so in love as I do. And now I'm falling for you, baby. We had a falling out. Nobody falls quite as hard as I do. And now I'm falling for you, baby. Nobody falls in love like that anymore. Why won't you talk to me? I know that you think that you're doing what you gotta do, but think about me. I'm just a fool in love. What am I gonna do? What'll I do? What am I gonna do? What'll I do? Guitar. Ooh. Thank you!
Back with more of the Farren and Butcher special after this.